Hi guys, so today's video is actually a prediction video for the upcoming death battle of Hercules versus Sun Wukong. Now this is my first prediction video, and I'm not saying I know who's gonna win, I'm just saying who I think is gonna win. Now let's get into it. Now I'm gonna be talking about Hercules first, since he's much more easier to explain. And that probably tells you how this is gonna go. Now, first things first, Hercules is really strong. You guys probably already know that. He's all about the strength. He's strong. She gets all the ladies. And as he would get stronger, it enhanced his combat abilities, and he could shoot arrows, like to strangle and pummel an evil mortal or beast that made fun of him. And he took down a lion that was really strong, and like normal human weapons wouldn't work against the lion because of his strong golden fur. But Hercules took him down with like his bare hands, which is pretty impressive. And he killed a hydra that could grow as many heads as it wants with fire because it's weak to fire, so obviously that killed it. And he killed these birds that had beaks and claws sharp as freaking metal, and like they could shoot feathers that like freaking like darts. That's how fast they were. But he took down the birds with a poison arrow, so that's neat, I guess. And believe it or not, that's pretty much all his feats and powers I can explain. Okay, now let's talk about Sun Wukong. Okay, so Sun Wukong is really acrobatic. I mean, obviously, he's a monkey. Come on. And he can travel really fast on his cloud, like at least as long as a universe. And that's not even scratching the surface. And he can use magic, and he's one of the best magic users of all time. He's also really good at stealth, and he's like really sneaky and can steal stuff from gods. Like a million times he's done that. And Wukong is also immortal, so he can't go to hell, and because he ate the peaches of immortality and the pills of immortality. And he's a master of martial arts, and he's one of the best in the universe. And he has a healing factor. One time he regenerated when he was dust to ashes. So, he can also use any weapon he wants. It doesn't matter how big or how heavy, he can still use it. And his senses are off the charts. He can like see through any disguise, an illusion, or transformations that he can tell what's lying and what's not. He can also make clones of himself by pulling one of his hairs and blowing them into the air, and you know, they turn into clones. Eat your heart out, Naruto. He can also control hurricanes that he can ride on. He blew so hard that the earth turned freaking dark. How does that work? I don't goddamn know. He can also change his size if you want to be a 20-mile giant or as small as an ant. He can also shapeshift into like infinite things, like plants, animals, and inanimate objects. So that's pretty crazy. He can shoot beams of light out of his eyes. He can fight spiritual beings. He can change the amounts of limbs that he already has. He can manipulate chi. He can turn invisible like it's nothing. He can generate barriers. He can break any lock. And that's pretty much it. Okay, that was for his destructive abilities. So when he was fighting Nezha, who was like strong enough to shock the planet, when they were fighting, like, they shattered the freaking moon. He's multi-solar system level when he was fighting against the gods in the heavens. He also took on the dragon gods who could create infinite realms. And he's also metaverse level. When he achieved nirvana, he could defy all boundaries, concepts, existence, everything of dimensions. And finally, his speed. Okay, so he can travel thousands of miles within a freaking second. My god, he could go through heavens on his cloud faster than Venus. He traveled to the ends of the universe with a leap. So yeah, I think Sun Wukong might win this fight. I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's much faster. He has way more freaking hacks. And he has a lot of abilities that can help him win the fight against Hercules. Plus, monkey. But if I missed something in this video, please correct me in the comments if I did.